What's up, kinfolk? This is Chief X, the God Best Reincarnated, coming to you again with some of this common sense science. That's what I'm going to bring you every time, common sense science. Wanted to discuss today the debates that went down this past Sunday. Great event. Also want to discuss previous debates that went on in the past. Just chime in on them. You know, I want to put my 2 cents in. But the debate Sunday that went down, it featured the main event, which was Sara Suten Seti, in the Hebrew Israelite. I think his name is Nasi. In the undercard debate, which was Ali Muhammad versus Lord Abba, who Lord Abba is representing the Moorish Science Temple of America, which was actually the highlight debate of the evening, in my opinion. Okay? But let me just briefly say something about the Seti debate with the Hebrew brother Nasi. In my opinion, Seti won. And you know, I don't even like to say won anymore. He beat him. I'll use that, but it's just funny to say somebody won. I'll just say he brought more information, was more efficient, or he was more profound than the Hebrew brother. You know, what can I say? Seti always comes with it. I mean, you know, what can you do against some real facts? Against some real artifacts? Real pictorials off the walls in Kemet, or the Nile Valley. You know, up against some written literature. Because that's all, you know, you're going against. You're going against some literature. You're not going against a real history, because there's no such thing as biblical history. It's only biblical literature. It's a script or scripture. So I don't understand how somebody can win going against some real shit. You know, said he does his thing when he comes, always. You know, what do you expect? I mean, so in my opinion, he was more profound. He won the debate. But I mainly wanted to speak about the highlight of the evening. By the way, I watched the whole entire debate, both of them, on live stream. I wasn't there live. I watched it on live stream. I sat up in a Starbucks, drank me some coffee, had me my green plant-based medicine before I came there, and just relaxed and put my earphones on and focused and got into it, and listened intently. From my understanding, the crowd was majority Hebrew brothers, like about 65% Hebrew brothers, and the rest was, you know, a mixed cadre of people, you know. So the house was stacked, and they came in representing. But I believe they took a loss. You know, Seti comes complete. You know, he comes with all you need to know, and makes it very plain and visible. The Hebrew brother came with a lot of literature. You know, 90% of his discussion was reading literature, I guess written by a European scholar, and the literature was the European scholar's interpretation of Egypt or Kemet. You know, I think this European scholar's interpretation in the literature that he wrote was totally off base, and he gave a skewed interpretation of the information. So to base your whole debate on that is kind of a waste of time, and just like, you know, it was weak to me. Although he had some fire, and was very passionate about what he was kicking. But me knowing better just didn't sit right with me at all. You know, but I give the brother props for coming, showing a lot of effort, and doing what he did. But said he smashed the dude, you know. So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. I'm sure you guys will be able to view it sometime whenever Sinat and the promotion team, New Covenant and House of Consciousness put it up. But you know, said he was a little tired that day. Wasn't at his fiery best, but that's okay. Even his not so fiery self, there was no match for it. It was still a walk in the park. Okay? What can I say? Props to my brother Seti. Appreciate you and all that you do. Learned a lot from the brother. But I was very impressed with Ali Muhammad in his debate against Lord Abba. I mean, he calls himself Dr. Ali Muhammad. And after that debate, I think I'm going to have to honor him calling himself Dr. Ali Muhammad. He earned it that day in that debate. I mean, he meticulously operated on the ideology of the Moorish Science Temple and Noble Drew Ali. I mean, I was actually overly impressed. I was shocked. Dr. Ali Muhammad came with so much information, facts, articles, clippings, you know. It was amazing. He broke down the history of the Moorish Science Temple. He broke down the administration of the Moorish Science Temple. I don't know where he got all this information from, but it was some real shit. It was all factual. And he brought the motherfucking pain. You hear me? I'm trying to tell you. Ali Muhammad did a masterful job in that debate. On point. Not only on point, but on topic every single step of the way. I mean, it was so much stuff he was bringing, he appeared that he was just running through it. And it was just dagger after dagger after dagger after dagger. I mean, just on a roll. It seemed like the brother could have went for 5 hours. Just smashing and stepping on that ideology. It was like a man against a child. You know what it was? It was straight child abuse. Ali Muhammad needs to go to jail. They need to arrest him for child abuse. Because he abused Lord Abba. You know what I mean? Sara Suten Seti initially came to the table in the first debate against the Moors with Dr. Ali Bey. I mean, Sara Suten Seti ragdolled Dr. Ali Bey. I mean, I used to have Rottweilers. My Rottweiler name was Osiris. That was his name, Osiris. I had a Rottweiler before that. His name was Egypt. Boys. And I used to get my daughters old little stuffed animals and old dogs they didn't fuck with no more. And I used to play with my dog and take him to the park and throw him the little stuffed animal. And this Rottweiler would just... That's what you call ragdolling. Sara Suten Seti ragdolled him. So I first got to give props to Sara Suten Seti for chopping up the ideology of the Moorish Science Temple. Not only did he chop up that information of the Moorish Science Temple in his debate with Dr. Alim Bey, he did it before that. In a video called The False Teachers of the Moorish Science Temple, which is classic. I'm talking classic. If you haven't seen that little mini documentary he did, which actually put him on the scene, that shit was fabulous. Niggas don't hate. If you watch that documentary, that got shit set off in the conscious community. I mean, he ruffled panties and people got their panties in a bunch behind that little mini documentary he did called The False Teachings of the Moorish Science Temple. If you haven't seen it, you need to go to his website and buy it from him. Watch it some kind of way, because it was a masterful, meticulous job also. So first, let me give Sara Suten Seti his credit for bringing in the information about them. Because a lot of that shit, none of you motherfuckers knew. And don't even front. Niggas be fronting now, talking that shit. Don't front. You didn't have or know that information until Seti brought it to you. Now, the information that Dr. Ali Muhammad brought to you. Okay? Let's cut it out. Don't front, y'all. Okay? But back to Dr. Ali Muhammad. Dr. Ali Muhammad was impressive. Okay? After that debate, I really had to say to myself, rest in peace, Moorish Science Temple of America. Truly. And I'm not trying to be funny. It might be funny, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead serious. It was like rest in peace, Moorish Science Temple of America. Matter of fact, we're going to do a moment of silence. Give me a minute, 1 second. Rest in peace, Moorish Science Temple of America. The gig is up. The fat lady has sung. It's time to pack that shit up. I'm serious. Okay? Moors are 0-3 in debates. Every one of them has been a first round knockout. I mean, niggas is just woozy and dizzy. You in boxing when a motherfucker get dazed and his legs just he loses his leg. They call that doing the chicken dance. The Moorish Science Temple of America have been doing the chicken dance. Sara Suten Seti knocked him out and dug the grave and put him in there. Ali Muhammad put the nail on the motherfucking coffin. It's over. You know, grab your suitcase out. Take your little uniform off. Put your uniform in the suitcase. Take that goddamn fez off your head. Throw that in the suitcase and pack your motherfucking shit. The fat lady sang. The gig is up. What they say, it's curtains for y'all. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude or too brash about it. But let's be real. I mean, it's to the point where I don't even want to hear from another Moor talk that shit. Don't open your mouth and say nothing no more. Don't go to the temple no more. Call it quits. If you got a meeting you're supposed to be at, call in sick. Tell them you're not feeling well today. And think about that debate. Ask yourself, should I continue this shit? You know, it's to the point where if I hear another Moor kick any of that bullshit, it's to the point where you're just being deceitful. You lying to yourself. You're being very, very disingenuous. To the point where you disrespecting the black community. I don't want to hear no more of that bullshit about black means death, white means purity, because it's disrespectful and foul. I mean it. Don't come on my Facebook page with the bullshit. I might fucking delete you. I mean, the shit has just been uprooted, exposed, debunked, time after time, and you're 0-3 in debates. I mean, when are you going to wake from your sleep and realize the gig is up? You know, the Moorish Science Temple had its time, and it has its day. Every dog has its day now. Okay? It was okay for a period of time, you know, back in the day. It had its purpose, you know. Wasn't too much other shit around to embrace, you know, as far as, you know, your consciousness and spirituality. The Marcus Garvey movement was around, which everybody should have got with anyway. Just think if the Moors that went to the Moorish Science Temple had it went to the Marcus Garvey movement, how bigger it would have been. But it has its date. It's 2013. Damn. I mean, knowledge comes in stages. You got to evolve. Okay? Too much of that stuff has been, you know, just fact-finding missions has just kind of debunked it all. You know, I don't even know what else to say, man. It's like, you know, if you still continue to do that and kick that kind of science and promote it, it's damn near just being evil. Because I know deep down inside, I know you got to feel it. I know it. But what holds people is pride. And not just pride, foolish pride. I mean, it's like you older, you've been rolling with something for so long, it's just become a part of your nature and culture and just what you do, you know. So it's pride that's holding you back from moving on and evolving. We got a solution for you. The red, black, and green. It's a social political movement. Doesn't require any religion. It's a social political movement. We're going to catch you. You fail. We're going to catch you. We got room for you. Get you a red, black, and green flag. Get you a representing Africa necklace or something, or a little piece. Don't get a Jesus piece. Don't go there. But we got you. And we welcome you. But the Moorish Science Temple is dead. Okay? And you just really got to give that up. And I'm just really stressing this because I used to be down with the Moors. I remember being in the temple in 1995 out here in LA. I remember standing up with all the other Moors, holding up the number 7, looking at a picture of Noble Drew Ali. I don't remember what the fucking prayer was or what the saying was, but I just remember sitting up there doing this. And I'm a Lone Ranger. So I'm looking around me like, what the fuck is wrong with these niggas and shit? But I'm up in there doing it. So for a while it had me entrapped. But I evolved. Because I didn't been there then. I used to be down with the Nation of Islam. All that stuff. You couldn't tell me nothing about Minister Louis Farrakhan at that time in 94, 95. Don't open your mouth to say nothing bad about the minister. I like the minister pre-1998. I don't agree with too much of what he's doing now or what he's going through. I don't know what it is, age. He's getting, senile and forgetting shit. You know what I mean? But I like that old Farrakhan. And I used to be down with that movement. It was a video store next to the apartment I lived in. I used to go there every 2 days and rent a video. I still got a compilation, a serious library of Minister Farrakhan's speeches. I mean, stacks of them. And I used to dissect them and watch them for hours and hours and repeat watch them all the time. But I evolved and moved on. I never got suited and booted and registered or nothing like that, but I used to go to the mosque every Sunday. And sit up there. You know how you hold your hand over your leg? I used to sit up in there every Sunday. But I never got suited and booted because I'm just a loner type. You know what I mean? I'm a lone ranger, you know. But, you know, I just have my own opinions, you know. I'm just on a truth-seeking mission. You know. I was looking to fit in because I left the church. And I was seeking. So those are just stages I went through. So I'm very familiar with the Moorish Science Temple and what they do. It's time to give it up and move on. And you know, basically what it is you have to iron out the kinks before you put a shirt on. You don't want to just walk around with no wrinkled shirt. So we just people confused walking around with a wrinkled shirt. And you got to iron out the kinks before you put on a wrinkled shirt. So what we're doing with these debates here is sorting out things. Trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. And I don't never understand why people don't have a problem with a debate. Half these people that got a problem with debates and talking shit, all that shit they talking and learning and spewing out, is shit they got from a goddamn debate. A lot of this information that a lot of people running around here talking about is some information that was put out in the debate. You regurgitating. Now you're talking shit about debates. Why do you have a problem with debates? Or what you call battle scholarship. Nobody had a problem with battling when it was in the hip-hop days. You have rappers going against each other and they be battling hardcore. They be talking crazy. Your mama this, your mama that, whatever it was. We didn't have a problem with it. It was a hip-hop generation and we loved it. Every minute of it. Break dancing, popping. I used to break dancing, popping, all that. And we loved it. Okay? We used to go against crews. Nobody had a problem with it then. Why have a problem with it now? Just another form of battling. But at least we kicking science. We learn, getting information and knowledge. You know what I mean? Wisdom's being shared and things like that. You know, it's culturally good, spiritually good. We learning something. It's a positive thing. It's an intellectual thing. We putting some shit up in our head. Excuse me. So don't ever have a problem with the debates because it's not harming anyone. A lot of people are learning. It's okay. We like to battle scholarship. Man, that's what men do. We like that. We like to compete. You know what I mean? So don't have a problem with debates. And I appreciate and thank you, Sarnetta, for putting on these debates. Thanks to other promotion teams, New Covenant, I forget the brother's name, Simon. Thanks for putting on these debates because I've learned a lot from them. And if a motherfucker say he haven't learned from debates, he's lying. Okay? I've learned a lot from debates and I've been in the game a long time. And I appreciate Sarnetta for putting on these debates. You know, people talk shit about Sarnetta, you know. But I appreciate him for what he is. He's a piece of the puzzle. And if it wasn't for him, a lot of shit I wouldn't even know. Let's be real about it. A lot of shit we wouldn't even know if it wasn't for Sarnetta cataloging all this shit and compiling it and making it available for us. The nigga might be cheap and shit, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes funny style, but I got to show the brother some love because I appreciate it. Anyway, rest in peace, Moorish Science Temple of America, man. You know, it's over. We got to quit this shit. You know what I mean? We got to move on and join in the ranks with somebody else. And, you know, let's get this ball rolling. Previous debates. Wait a second. I got this list here. I got people's records. Sara Suten Seti is 4-0, undefeated. Polite is 0-3, and I want to discuss that for a minute. A few weeks ago, Polite was in a debate against a Hebrew brother. I can't begin to think of his name. And I'm not biased, because I was for Polite and I was rooting for Polite. And I felt Polite going to have the information to beat this Hebrew. Because Hebrew Israelites ain't nothing to me but a black face on Christianity. It's just Christianity with a black face and just more extreme. That's it. Same old bullshit, same old shit I grew up with. Nothing new. But I was rooting for Polite. But Polite lost that debate. Not bad. It was kind of close. He did a decent job in the second half. But overall, the Polite lost that debate. And the Hebrew brother was a little more profound. A little more on his game. I felt Polite chose a horrible topic. Just completely horrible topic. And the topic will kill a debate every time. Part of the topic was, he's supposed to prove the black woman is God out the damn Holy Bible. Are you kidding me? Seriously. The Holy Bible disrespects the woman. It removes the feminine principle from its divinity. Verse after verse, chapter after chapter, I wrote a commentary on it. Totally disrespects the woman. Has that just gives the woman no props at all. I don't know. I didn't know how he was going to prove the woman is God out some King James Holy Bible. Just didn't make sense to me. From the topic, I said, this nigga got a problem. And he did. You cannot prove the black woman's God out the Holy Bible. You have to go outside the Bible and use outside philosophies and concepts to prove that. You have to use nature. You have to use the feminine principle of creation to prove that. You cannot do it out the Bible. First mistake was choosing that goddamn stupid ass topic and agreeing to it. Polite is a brilliant man. I mean, Polite is extremely extra brilliant. And I gotta say this. Dude has a memory like an elephant. Polite will come off the head with some shit like, be like, wow. This dude got serious potential. But what it is Polite has a lot of information and knowledge. A lot of it. And the brother is deep. But one thing he does is he lacks the wisdom. See, information and knowledge and understanding is totally different from wisdom. They should separate the two. Wisdom only comes after you've gained information, knowledge, and understanding. Then years of reflection of the information, knowledge, and understanding that you have. I'm talking about years of reflection and just sitting back thinking about the information. And you just come to different levels of consciousness and higher consciousness from reflection of the knowledge and information and understanding you have. So that's what he lacks, because he's a young guy. And he's a great lecturer. But when it comes to debates, horrible tactics. His game plan is off. And to be real about it, Polite needs to be sat down for a while. He's on 3. Sara Suten Seti beat him in the debate. Malik Zula Shabazz, I believe, beat him. Because he's going against an attorney who does this for a living. And he just made it real plain and simple. Where people felt it in their soul. A lot of shit polite talks you had to kind of think about. You don't want to do that in a debate. You want to make it plain and simple and hit a person's soul with the information. And polite just doesn't know how to do that in a debate. So the elders, we need to sit polite down for a minute and let him reflect and think about his game plan. And I know a lot of people get on him for, saying he's talking over the head and stuff and he's using too many big words. I get it. But everybody's not going to get that. So when you come to the people, you got to kind of make it a little plainer. That's all we mean polite. And it's not that polite in debates isn't right per se. He was more right than the Hebrew. But his game plan was off. And he could beat him, but he just needs to use a little different tactics next time in his debate. And take some advice from an elder. And sit down with his game plan and go over it with an elder. And if they say, no, that's not going to work, the people may not comprehend that and get that, they might not feel it, then don't do that dumb shit. Because you're polite, you're too brilliant to come to debates with horrible game plans and lose. Okay? Ali Muhammad is 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. But after Sunday's debate, I have much respect for Ali Muhammad. He's always well prepared, like a little college boy. Not a little college boy, he's a grown-ass man, But he's always well prepared. And I appreciate that about him. I may not agree with all his ideology. Sometimes he's all over the place representing 10 different goddamn things. And, but the boy is, the brother is a brilliant man also. And he has a lot of potential. He himself actually needs to come out of the religious perspective, the religious cult perspective. Because he's Nation of Islam based. Even though he's claimed to be Moors and all these different other factions, he's Nation of Islam based. And he would be better served if he came out of religious and cult ideology and represented this red, black, and green. See, all you motherfuckers need to come under this banner of the red, black, and green. We can have a powerful social, political movement if you niggas drop this goddamn religion and cults. Okay? This is a social, political movement. And everybody actually needs to fall in line behind it. So, basically this is just a little recap of that debate. And I wanted to give props out to Dr. Ali Muhammad. He did his thing. Seti, I've always given him props. He knows that we've chopped it up before, in conversation. And he knows where I stand. He won, just like, ain't nothing but your regular. But, I appreciate debates. And this is just my recap of it personally. And we need to continue on with debates. And Dr. Wesley Muhammad is 2-0 right now. I totally disagree with his ideology and everything he says, but he's 2-0. He's kicked ass in the 2 debates he's been in. So, the next major debate, we need to get Wesley Muhammad back in there with somebody who has some serious scholarship that can go against him. He won 1 debate by default with Ray Hagans, who just totally let everybody down. As brilliant and smart as he is, he just let everybody down. I don't know what his intent is sometimes. Great teacher and everything. He's doing a good job in what he does. But he let us down for that debate. Wesley Muhammad beat Natural Tahuti. And Tahuti comes with it. I like Tahuti. But we need to get someone in there to tackle Wesley Muhammad. The Hebrews right now are 1-1. The Moors are 0-3. rest in peace. Don't even bring them up again. We don't want to hear shit out their mouth no more. Okay? So, the Hebrews come with it, and they do their thing. They one and one. But they're going to rest in peace in a minute, too. And we're going to set all these religions and cults down. Even the damn NOI. I might myself put together some information and a little mini documentary regarding the NOI. Because we got to stop this shit. I know a lot of it had its good and it had its place back in the day. But every single body in the conscious community needs to fall under the banner of the red, black, and green. Do you know how big we can be? Do you know we can have an army in America if everybody falls under the red, black, and green? Y'all need to really think about this shit. And everybody needs to drop all that religion and cult shit. For real, y'all. Seriously. It all pales. Matter of fact, every single religion and cult, whether it's in the conscious community, out of the conscious community, just regular Christianity, Orthodox Islam, whatever, all of it is anti-Africa. Every one of them. Nation of Islam represents Asiatic things. They barely represent Africa. Elijah Muhammad and all them represent Asia. They're Asiatic. Oh, we're not African. We Asiatic. That's that dumb shit. The Moorish Science Temple is the same goddamn way. They don't want to rep Africa. Hebrews the same damn way. They hate Africa. They hate Africans. And they'll tell you in a minute. They'll tell you Africans is going to hell. And, they're not none of the chosen people. It's all anti-African, all religion. Christianity is anti-African. The God is a Jew. The Holy Land is a Jew. The chosen people are Jew. Islam's the same way. Mecca is the fucking Holy Land. You know what I mean? It's crazy. All these fractions, all these religions, all these cults are all anti-Africa. Hello? Drop them all. Throw them in the goddamn trash. And we all need to represent Africa. Because all that shit is killing us. Straight division. Anything that disrespects Africa is divisive. And not good for black African folks here in America. At all. There's no kind of justification you can even come up with to say it is. It's all bullshit. And we need to get with this social political movement, the Marcus Garvey movement, and represent the red, black, and green. Okay? All of it is anti-African. Every bit and piece of it is disrespectful. And it's a reason for all of it, too. To take you off your motherfucking course. To take you off your course of spirituality. They don't want you to go home. Whether mentally or physically. Even when they promote vacations on TV all around the goddamn world. They say go to Italy, Paris, France. Let's go to the islands. You don't see nothing talking about let's go to Africa. Where it's the most beautiful place on the planet. It's the richest continent on the planet. As far as resources, all the diamonds, every shit that makes computer, it is full of resources, medicine, food. Africa feeds the world. And for you not to want to rep it is insane. It's insane. All life forms is there. It's just plenty of everything. It's plentiful. So, we got to get with it. We ironing out the kinks. Shit might not even get right in our generation. Matter of fact, it won't get right in our generation. Maybe even not in our kids' generation. But everything we do is planting seeds for our offspring and for our future generation. So even a debate is those are planting seeds. This video I'm making is planting seeds. People are going to pick it up. We're going to evolve. We're going to move forward. We're going to progress. And it takes time. Revolution takes time. Revolution takes generations. Just like colonization took generations, so is revolution going to take generations. So nobody should give up. Continue on the course of what we're doing. Start dropping these religions and cults. Because it's going there. There's articles right now talking about how Christianity is dying. In about 2 decades, won't nobody be no goddamn Christian. Okay? But I really personally don't give a fuck about anybody else. I care about my people. Okay? And I want my people, the melanated people, black folk, African folk, even in the goddamn islands, the Caribbeans, all throughout there, to fall under the red, black, and green. This is our banner of unification. I've said this in the previous video. I can't say it enough. Okay? But anyway, I'm Chief X, the God best reincarnated, and just wanted to bring you some real common sense science today. And peace and blessings, fam. Black power.